Today we'll show you how to install a seat from an older Razor scooter onto a Xiaomi M365. This is actually a Swagtron Swagger 5 electric scooter, but the frame actually is almost identical to the Xiaomi M365. So this seat is from an older Razor electric scooter model that still use lead acid batteries, so it's quite old. I think it's about 10 years old. But the good thing is it's quite comfy because it has a large seat and it has a very sturdy base. So to put the seat on, I'm gonna have to put the base as far to the back as much as possible. And luckily on the back here, I've got a mount for mudguard. It's got 4 screw holes, and then it has these rubber cover which I already removed. So the plan is to remove the 4 screw here so I can insert my seat right in there. In order to drill the 4 holes correctly onto my base here, I'm going to use a piece of paper and a pencil, and I'm going to trace out the 4 holes. So here's the trace out that has the 4 holes exactly matching those 4 holes over there. And then I'm going to superimpose it onto my base. And because it's impossible to drill the holes from the top, especially these 2 holes, I'm just going to do it from the bottom. So it's going to be like so. I tapped it on the base and then just drill. Here we go. I got my holes drilled. I first thought this was aluminum. It looks like aluminum, but it's actually painted steel, hard steel. So you're gonna have to have a cobalt drill bit. Got the holes lined up here, but now the plastic mudguard doesn't line up because of this base here. I can't go any further. So I'm gonna have to cut this part a little bit, probably about 1 or 2 millimeters. So I've got the plastic cut out, and now it lines up perfectly. The original screw is a little bit too short, so I'm gonna have to use another screw to replace it that is a little bit longer, because now it has to go through the base, and this base is thick, about 2 millimeters. So here it is. I got all the screws in, and it is very tight and very stable. Let's do a test drive, shall we? So you can stand up, right? Yeah. Okay, let's try it. Go. Is it good standing up? Yeah, still comfortable. So that's good. As you can see, when my son was on it, it worked just fine without any problem at all. Problem is, he only weighs about 100 pounds. My donkey, on the other hand, weighs 160 pounds. So when I sit on it, it does move a little bit, it wobbles, but just a little bit. That's because it's only secure in the back and the rest of the base is not secure. I rode it for 20 miles and I didn't have any problem at all, but I still want to secure it a little bit more. I'm going to secure 2 more screws on the front of the base here, and it already has pre-drilled holes. You can see I already put in a screw on this side, and that is the screw. It is a self-tapping screw, and the size is 10 by 3/4 inch. The reason why I use self-tapping screw is because this part of the scooter is solid aluminum, and this is where the kickstand is installed, and I already removed the kickstand. Here you can see the 2 holes to mount the screws for the kickstand, and that's the hole that I drilled with the self-tapping screw. The length of this screw is 3/4 inch, and you can see it's just perfect, so that the end of the screw doesn't stick out, so that I can still install my kickstand in. And the second reason why I have to install a self-tapping screw instead of a machine screw that goes all the way through, and that's because I cannot go all the way through. This is where I install the kickstand, so it cannot go through the kickstand. Over here on this side it's a little bit easier to drill. That's because the base of the scooter on this side is not solid, it's hollow inside, so I'm able to drill all the way through. And I'm just going to use a machine screw, and then I'm just going to secure it with a lock nut on the other side. Now it's very secure, and the great thing about this is I can still fold the handlebar down, and the latch on the handlebar still catches onto the bottom here, right here. And if I grab the handlebar, I can still carry the scooter around. And that's it for now, folks. Thanks for watching. See you next time.